Welcome back, everyone. Jake here. Currently, we're on day 13 of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and in this video, I want to talk about genocide because this is one of the justifications that Russia is giving the world and giving their own people why they had to absolutely invade and attack Ukraine. Of course, this is nonsense. Spoilers, all wars are fought over energy and finite resources. And in 2012, large reserves of oil and gas was discovered off the coast of Crimea and in the eastern part of Ukraine near the Donbas region. This is the only reason why Russia is interested in controlling and occupying these parts of the country. If you haven't seen this video by Real Life Lore, Why Russia is Invading Ukraine, I highly recommend it. It's gotten over 14 million views in just 1 week. And the video that I want to share with you guys today that I think everyone needs to see is titled, Captured Russian Soldiers Tell Ukrainian Soldiers They Are Teachers Sent to War. And this video crystallizes for me that Vladimir Putin does not care about the ethnic Russians or the Russian-speaking people in the Donbas region. This is entirely false, his claims of genocide, and that this is a humanitarian mission to protect those people. But first, I want to share some videos with you of how this war is going for the Russian people. This video is titled Ukrainian with his homies eating pizza and driving a stolen Russian tank.
У нас все получилось! Ты пошли, блядь, на танке, блядь! Охуеть!
And of course, you can find dozens of videos like this of ordinary Ukrainian citizens. I mean, these don't look like soldiers, capturing and then commandeering Russian equipment. Here's a title of Ukrainians stealing a Russian mortar with a motorcycle. And of course, this was posted on TikTok. So what's happening right now is that this war is being fought between the 150,000 Russian invasion force and then the 40 million people population of Ukraine. If you don't have the support of the people, and Russia by now has lost this by shelling civilian cities and buildings, all of these people, they can't go to work, they can't carry on with their daily life. All they have to do is resist in any way they can. There are lots of ordinary ways that civilians in Ukraine can contribute to this resistance, whether it's sabotaging or just stealing or hiding equipment potentially that Russians have placed somewhere or even abandoned. Here is a Russian ZRPK Pantsir-S1 deserted by Russian soldiers.
Трохи він стоїть денег, наверное, повний бойовий. Будемо надіятися, що більше він не буде стріляти по мирним людям українським.
And you can see here, here's the fuel tank, and it looks like it's been duct taped up, although there looks like there's a rip in the bottom of it. So potentially these are being targeted and shot at and sabotaged by Ukrainians, or they could even be sabotaged by Russian soldiers, and then the Russian soldiers just desert the equipment. Here's a BM-21, you know, this is for artillery shelling.
Установка Grad. Як вас БМ? Ви чули? Оце ж така херня, і вона летить у наші села і наші города. Ми знаходимося за баштанкою. Але він не встиг випустити свій.
Once again, this thing was completely loaded, potentially in place to fire, and once again, vehicle is just abandoned, and then Ukrainians find it. Russia has been losing so much equipment and so many vehicles that people in Russia are monitoring the railway system, and Russia is trying to get any vehicles they can find to the front line. So you notice this Z is painted on all these civilian vehicles. And these civilian vehicles are being apprehended by the Russian military and sent to the front lines to, I mean, if this is what Russian soldiers are expected to continue and carry on this war with, this is pretty pathetic. And a lot of people are curious about this Z that Russian forces have been painting on their trucks. And it's interesting because the letter Z in the English alphabet is actually not in the Russian alphabet. So to Russians, seeing a Z is the equivalent to an English speaker seeing a square painted on a car. It's just a symbol, it doesn't mean anything. And it's interesting that they're choosing to put a Z on all of their equipment to identify themselves rather than just the Russian Red Star. This is the Red Army, however, apparently they're too embarrassed or ashamed to, have their famous red star on their trucks and tanks as they invade somebody else's country. You'll also notice that on some of this equipment there's a V. So this is a captured Ukrainian T-80 tank, and if it has a V, then that means it came from Vladivostok. These are the Eastern forces that Russia had to pull in order to stage their invasion from Belarus. Additionally, guys, this is just very bad for Russia because, very inexpensive tech is capable of surveilling and completely tracking everything that Russia does. So here is a drone, not like a Predator drone, but just like a drone you might buy from Best Buy that is tracking, Russian war crimes, but specifically, where is their artillery? Where are they firing from? So obviously there's two artillery trucks here in this field. They're currently firing on civilian targets, killing innocent people. And anybody with a $100 drone from Best Buy and an iPhone can now track Russian troop movements and capture these crimes on camera for the world to see. And once, Russia's position is known, they can scramble out an anti-tank or anti-aircraft unit. So watch how well and efficient this Ukrainian RPG team operates. I want to show you guys this video.
Готовы? Выстрел. Давай, заряд, давай. Заряд. Заряд, быстрее. Дроид достань. Сань, дроид достань. Быстрее. Повторяем. Выстрел. Выстрел.
So that tank it's gone, guys. There was 2 or 3 Russian soldiers in there. They're dead now. These RPG teams, these Stinger missile and Javelin missile teams, are completely decimating Russia's forces. Okay, so once again, why? Why is Russia doing this? And the only explanation they're giving their own people is that this is a peacekeeping military operation in order to protect the ethnic Russians in the Donbass region. And why is Putin explaining to his people that he attacked the whole country, Kharkiv, Kyiv, soon Odessa? And the Russian leader claims that Moscow wanted to prevent the West from helping nationalists. So he had to topple and destroy the government in Kyiv, probably replace it with a puppet Russian government, once again to protect the people of the DPR and the LPR. This is what Russia is calling these breakaway provinces that he has now recognized as independent countries. And this is RT News, guys. This is Russia Today. This is Russian propaganda. But he's saying that, the Russian military has to go in order to protect these people, that this was a difficult decision for him, but that the Donbas people are not stray dogs. He has to protect these ethnic Russians, these Russian speakers in these eastern disputed regions of Ukraine. So this is where we get into the main video that I want to share with you guys, because this is absolutely unbelievable. And what you're about to see is a Ukrainian soldier interrogating captured Russian soldiers. So let's watch a couple of these interviews. Once again, the Ukrainian soldier is asking these people, what's your name? Where are you from? Do you know why you're here?
Звідки ви? Город Жданок. Жданок, це що, це Україна? Донецька область. Ким ви працюєте? Водитель. Водитель? На шахті працюєте. Ви на шахті працюєте, ви теж не військові. Як ви опинилися тут? Чому? Так же саме, визвали на збори, привезли, переодели, привезли. Сказали, что на 3-5 дней, по итогу. Я зрозумів. Вас як звати?
Кравцов Роман Юрійович.
Звідки ви родом?
Місто Горлівка.
Місто Горлівка. Ви теж не військовий?
Не військовий, не служив, не воював.
Ким ви працюєте?
Соціальним педагогом у школі.
Соціальний.
So he's saying that he's a teacher, that he's a social educator. He's not a soldier.
Соціальний педагог у школі. Хай Бог милий, коли він відправляє. Соціальний педагог. Українською, як говорить, не соромно проти своєї батьківщини. Як вас звати?
Запорожець Сергій Григорович, проживаю все.
So he's saying that he's from this Pantsir-S1 village, and these are in the Donbas region. So all of these Russian soldiers that the Ukrainian forces have just captured are from the Donbas region. That's what's going on here.
Пантелеймонівка, місто Горлівка, не військовий, працюю в школі вчителем.
Працюєте в школі вчителем. Вони всі говорять, це українці, це наші. Вони м'ясо, падли, блядь, штовхають. Слів нема, блядь. Вас як звати?
Кайсин Роман Иванович.
З ким ви працюєте?
Мастер производственного обучения.
Це в техніку не пише?
Да, училище.
Ви теж освітяни. Ви воювали раніше? Ви служили? Маєте військовий?
Я не служу.
No, I've never served in the military before. That's what these people are saying.
Жил даже.
Як ви потрапили сюди? Вас примусили?
Позвонили, сказали...
Тобто ви прийшли по дзвонку, вас не силою не тягли?
Позвонили, сказали с вещами. Прийти, мы пришли и вот все. Сказали на 3 дня, на 5 дней. И вот.
Це жах. Так, вас як звати?
Лик Олександр Сергійович.
Ви ким працюєте?
Учитель.
Вчитель чого?
Зараз російською
А
мовою.
були?
Українською.
Були українською. Це ви в окупації, ви перейшли, значить, на російську. Вже українська там вам не потрібна. Говорите гарно. От ви говорите. Ви в армії служили, маєте досвід?
Ні, немає.
То вас теж просто засунули в окоп.
Ну, директор сказав так.
Директор школи сказав?
Ну, сказав в обов'язковому порядку з'явитися на мобілізацію. Ті, хто ухиляються, будуть піддані чинному законодавству.
Чому? Я зрозумів. Вас як звати?
Харунжий Ілля Анатолійович.
Ви звідки родом?
Горловка.
Не хвилюйтеся, ви вже в безпеці. Розкажіть, ким ви працюєте, як ви опинилися тут?
Я работаю руководителем кружка.
I organize workshops for kids in the Kids Art Center.
В центрі дитячого творчества.
Ви з дітьми працюєте?
Так.
Ви гурток ведете?
Да.
Який гурток ведете?
Комп'ютерна інформатика.
Комп'ютерна інформатика. Як ви опинилися в окопі з зброєю в руках проти України?
Позвонили, сказали, то, что нужно явиться в военкомат, и вообще ничего не объяснили.
Ви маєте якийсь військовий досвід? Ви з автомату раніше
У меня
стріляли?
белый билет, я ни разу не был.
Чому ви пішли в військкомат? Чому ви не втекли?
Потому что потом мог бы лишиться работы.
Ну, краще роботи лишилося, ніж життя, напевно, так?
Ну, как нам сказали потом, мы должны были 3-5 дней просто отстоять, пропустить пару машин, все.
Я зрозумів. Добре. Ладно. Ну, я думаю, вже пояснювати не треба, да, що відбувається зараз в Україні. Що робиться наволоч, яка прикривається вами як гарматним м'ясом. І вам ще дуже пощастило, тому що ви тут. І ви вже в безпеці. Вас зараз нагодую. А ваші товариші, ото кілька десятків, ото вони в багні залишаться лежати. Комусь потрібна медична допомога зараз. Є поранені, травмовані. Все нормально, так?
Дуже болять.
Це трошки потерпите, це вже недовго лишилося.
Дуже болять.
Ви будете живі, ви головне, що ви живі, і у вас є шанс побачити ваші родини. Я думаю, ви цього хочете. Тому спокійно співпрацюємо. Я вірю, все буде добре. Це жарт, коли посилати. Ще поживете, може вам навіть ваша держава може колись вас і побачити. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
So all of these captured Russian soldiers are actually Ukrainian citizens. Potentially they're ethnic Russians from the Donbas region. But what's happening here is after Russia took Crimea in 2014, they started flooding in arms and money into the Donbas region to encourage an insurgency. Prior to the Ukrainian Revolution in 2014, there wasn't any problem or hostility between ethnic Ukrainians or ethnic Russians in the Donbas region. Vladimir Putin deliberately created it. And by creating this breakaway province with an insurgency, by fueling them with Russian money and Russian guns, the public infrastructure of this region lost financial support from the government in Kyiv. We're talking about hospitals, schools, whatever. So all the money for these schools in the Donbas region comes from Vladimir Putin. It comes from the Russian government. So these men who are not soldiers, they don't have any military training or experience, they're school teachers, or one was a school guard, security guard. But they're worried that if they don't show up to these mandatory drills, they'll be fired from their job. I'm sure work and living in this part of the world is rough to begin with. So what Vladimir Putin has done is he's created a population of people financially dependent on Russian money. He then leveraged that to trick all of these people into showing up for drills. They were told maybe 3 to 5 days. One guy said you'll just be checking some cars and then you get to go home. And then what the Russian military did is they dressed them up in Russian uniforms as Russian soldiers, and they immediately sent them to the front lines to die. They were cannon fodder. I get it, maybe if the Russian military wants to come in and fight this war with Ukraine, they could use these people to dig ditches or fill sandbags. There's lots of support roles that these, ethnic Russians in the Donbas region could be doing to give support to the professional Russian military, but that's not what Vladimir Putin did. He dressed them up in Russian uniforms, sent them to the front line to die. He does not care about these men. He does not care about these people. He would rather the people from the Donbas region be slaughtered by Ukrainian military forces than his own soldiers, because once again, those bodies and those reports, those names have to go back home. So where I'm going with this video is it is laughable that Vladimir Putin cares about the ethnic Russians in the Donbas region, saying, they're not just stray dogs, that Russia has to care for these people. It's just, once again, laughable. He doesn't care about any of these people. All he cares about is controlling the oil and gas resources off the coast of Crimea and in the eastern provinces that he's now demanding, once again, are independent republics that he will, fatherly look over in perpetuity. Okay guys, if you found this video informative, give me a thumbs up, really helps out with the algorithm. If you have any comments or questions, let me know down below. I love hearing from you guys. Till the next video, take care.